Okay, answer this question for me. What is the image that you have of yourself? How do you see yourself? How do you think of yourself? How do you talk about yourself? Here's the critical part. However you see yourself and envision yourself determines how people and circumstances are showing up in your life based on that picture in your mind. You want to shift it? You want to change it? I got you. I'm going to help you. So make sure you stick around for the rest of the video. Okay. First things first, let me welcome you here to Patty's World. I'm Patty. I'm a transformational and mindset and manifestation coach. I help you figure out where you're stuck so you can shift into the version of you that is living their dream life because you're absolutely worthy. Okay, so let's talk about conscious creation, which is the opposite of how most people have been living their lives. You see your external reality, whatever's happening outside in your reality, and then you react and you create assumptions and beliefs about yourself. Conscious creation is the opposite. You create the image in your mind, in the world of consciousness and imagination, and based on whatever you believe and assume to be true about yourself and the world around you, that's how things will show up. So if you create a positive self image, your outside world will mirror it, and vice versa. If you have a negative self image, your outside world will mirror and reflect it. So, asking you again, what is the image that you have of yourself? And what are the patterns that keep showing up in your life? Because whatever you think and believe and assume about yourself is how people will continue showing up in your life. You're the operant power. You create your own reality. So, whatever you're thinking and believing about yourself, that you're not worthy, that people cheat on you, that people disrespect you, that you're never chosen, that you're always going to be poor, you're operating from lack, whatever limiting belief you're attaching to yourself, to a situation and your circumstances, that is creating the image that you have of yourself, that you always get treated this way, that this is what you deserve, that this is the way your family is, that this is genetic, that whatever limiting belief. And here is the big aha moment that I'm going to tell you. You can shift and change anything. You are not stuck. First and foremost, you have awareness now that you have this limiting belief and you have this pattern. And how do you shift it? Well, think about what you're feeling, whatever the situation around the relationship, the circumstance, the money, what is it making you feel? How are you feeling and what are you believing? Sit with yourself and get clear that I'm not worthy, that I'll always be broke, that I'll never have the money, it's for everybody else, that I have to prove my worth, that I have to prove my value, people don't like me, whatever belief. And I want you to explore where it comes from. When did you start believing and assuming this about yourself? What does it take you back to? Somewhere in your childhood, in your family situation, at work? Think back to where it takes you back to a circumstance in your life where you adopted this belief. So now you know where it comes from. And you may or may not remember. It doesn't matter if you don't. You don't have to. If you can't think of it right now, it doesn't matter. You have this limiting belief. Now I want you to ask yourself, is this true for everybody? Is this 100% true for everybody? Or is it me just believing this? Because I have seen other people get treated differently. Other people get different reactions or different circumstances, or they get what they want. I just don't. So this is a you situation, a you problem, a you belief that you've created. Here's the powerful thing. You can shift it. Whatever that belief is, I want you to flip it and think the opposite. I am valuable. I am worthy. I am abundant. I am rich. You don't need evidence in your external world yet. You just want to create the belief, the new thought in your mind. Don't look for evidence in your 3D reality, in your outside circumstances, or in people. You want to first create that belief and that feeling within yourself. Find it, that you're valuable, that you're worthy, that you're chosen because you choose yourself, because you believe in your worth and value, because your worth and value is inherent, because you respect yourself, because you choose yourself, because you're abundant within yourself. Whatever that belief is, negative belief or limiting belief, flip it and affirm the opposite and create the belief and the feeling and the emotion within yourself and sit with yourself and bask in that new belief and that new emotion that you're creating within yourself. And think about a time where you have felt this emotion, the freedom, the worthiness, the value, and feel it and stay in it and bask in it. and resonate in it as much as you can, as long as you can. And stay in this feeling, emotion, belief for as much as you can and carry it with you. And then affirm it over and over in your affirmations, in your mirror work, in your meditations. Create scenes around this belief, around this affirmation that imply that you have what you want. If you were worthy, what things would imply that you were worthy? Well, people would treat you better. So create scenes around people treating you better, whether it's at work, whether it's your family, whether it's your SP. Create those scenes because you're the creator, you're the operant power. Create in the mind and imagination as if it's real. Feel it, believe it, tie it into your senses, and bask in this feeling as much as you can. And you're creating this new version of you who resonates in this emotion, in this belief, in this new sense of worthiness and value. You're the creator. Do it as much as you can and stay in this emotion. And then start believing that the old versions of you who experienced those limiting scenarios, those unwanted circumstances, is fading out because you're stepping and you're cementing and you're anchoring this new version of you who gets what she wants, who's treated the way she wants to, who's loved and adored, who believes in her worth and value, who's chosen. You are affirming and imprinting those new empowering beliefs about yourself over and over. You're creating visualizations around it. You're doing mirror work around it. You're scripting around it. You're saying it over and over. You're embodying this new belief about yourself. You are making yourself believe, brainwashing yourself that this is who you are now because you get to create this new self image. So create this new self image around your affirmations, around your visualizations, around your mirror work, everything. Everything's going to revolve around this new self image. And ask yourself, if I was already the highest version of me, the most ideal version of me, the most confident, the most secure, the most successful, the richest, the one that gets everything they want, who would I be? How would I feel? How would I think? How would I treat myself? How would I show up in my life, in my world, in scenarios at work, in my circumstances? How would I behave? And then I want you to embody this version as much as you can because you create them. That image, this is your new version of you. They already exist. If you can think them and imagine them, they already exist within you. You just have to believe and step into that version and embody them over and over and over until it becomes the new you. And you will see before long, the world of the shadow, the world of the 3D will begin reflecting it back to you. You're the operant power. So when you shift and you change who you are, the outside world will reflect and mirror it. Always change yourself. Create that new powerful image of who you are, who you want to be, but step into them and make it real, make it present like you are them now. Because they exist in this powerful, and the powerful now, they exist. Embody them now, believe from them, talk like them, act like them, think like them, treat yourself like them, behave in the outside world and with other people like them, and then your outside world will reflect it. That's how it works. The world and people and everything is just reflecting you. So when you change yourself and you create this new powerful, secure, confident self-image, the world will conform. Everyone will start showing up that way. The shift always happens within. That's how it works. I promise you. It's really simple. It's really, really simple. It's hard for people to believe. We want to make it more complicated. We want to make it more difficult. And the thing is, we've been operating from a default programming, from not enoughness, from lack, from not good enough, that we automatically default to the who we used to be. But it's a lot easier if you allow yourself to change and adopt these new beliefs and emotions. And change is just doing it over and over and over until it becomes natural. Over and over and over until it becomes real and natural for you. And you will see it'll transform your entire life. And before long, you'll realize, oh, I'm a different person. I don't even recognize that old version of me. It's like it's a completely different person. That's how it works. Just practice being and operating from this new elevated version of you, and it will transform your entire world. You have all the power. Step into your power, believe in your power, and stop letting people tell you who you are. In this world, in this life, you are the utmost authority on who you are, and you can change anything by changing your mind and creating new thoughts and beliefs and assumptions about yourself. That's how it works. Okay? Let me know how all these suggestions work for you. I'd love to hear your feedback. In the meantime, I'll see you on the next one. Take care.